Today, in our second session on the American political heritage, we'll be dealing specifically with what was going on in the American colonies. We could spend months here delving into the primary sources. We just don't have that kind of time in a survey course such as this. I would recommend the Ashland University Ashbrook website, www.teachingamericanhistory.org, as a wealth of information on the subject. Or, if you like to impress people and build up your biceps by carrying around large books, the Founders Constitution 5-volume set should do the trick. Seriously, the American colonial experience from 1607 to 1776 provided practical political experience for our founding fathers in drawing up documents of government and gave them confidence that they could rule themselves. Let's discuss 5 examples from the colonial era: some laws passed by Virginia's first colonial legislature, the Mayflower Compact, the Fundamental Orders of Connecticut, the Albany Plan of Union, and the Massachusetts State Constitution. 1619 was an important year in colonial history. That year saw the first slaves brought to America and the first meeting of a colonial legislature in the young Virginia colony. Let's look at some excerpts from the first laws passed in Virginia's General Assembly. Be it enacted by this present Assembly that for laying a surer foundation of the conversion of the Indians to Christian religion, each town, city, borough, and particular plantation do obtain unto themselves by just means a certain number of the natives' children, to be educated by them in true religion and civil course of life, of which children the most towardly boys in wit and graces of nature to be brought up by them in the first elements of literature, so as to be fitted for the college intended for them, that from thence they may be sent to that work of conversion. I find this plan to convert the Native Americans interesting. The colonists wanted to train the indigenous children in the white man's religion and then send them back to their own people as missionaries. Notice in the second excerpt the severe punishment for giving firearms, powder, or bullets to the Indians. Those found guilty of trading these items to the Native Americans would be hanged without the possibility of pardon. So, on the one hand, the Virginia colonists were concerned about the spiritual welfare of the natives, but being greatly outnumbered by the natives, did not want them to acquire the means to annihilate the colonists. Notice in the third example the disparity in punishment for stealing a boat or canoe. If you stole said items from a fellow colonist, you committed a felony. If you stole the same items from the Native Americans, you simply had to make valuable restitution. So, if I were a thief in need of transportation, from whom do you think I'm going to steal a canoe? My fellow colonists, where I could go to jail if I'm caught, or the Native Americans, to whom I have to make monetary restitution? Seems like a no-brainer. With laws like these, one can understand why the colonists might have ongoing problems with the native population.